What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I would like to see in Scream 6. I know the killers got revealed. I didn't watch it. I don't want it spoiled for me. I haven't read too much into the plot. Big fan of the previous movies. What Starting off, I'd like to point out I'm on team Bring Stu back. I'd like to see I'd like to see him come back. I'd like to see multiple killers in this. I would like to know from the previous movie that uh maybe he's all along kind of been leading the whole thing. um I know it's unpopular. I know most people uh, want him to remain kind of dead or and stuff like that, but to me, I think there's a good way you could bring him back, and if they do the storytelling right, i think that I think that it could work. So with that out of the way, that's one big thing I want to see. I don't really care if they reveal that in Scream 6 or if they wait till Scream 7. But I do hope that Stu is still alive, and I hope that when it's all said and done, he's the guy leading it. And as far as Scream 6, I know it's set in New York City, which is cool because we haven't seen that a lot. I know Jason had Takes Manhattan, but that movie was kind of ass. Um, Hopefully, I have faith in him. From Scream 5 is, in my opinion, was pretty good. Wasn't happy about the Dewey thing. That was kind of a down point for me. But um, starting off, I think a big death has to happen in this movie, kind of like in Scream 5, to kind of get your attention. And in their marketing, that this Ghostface isn't like anything we've ever seen. So in my opinion, I think Gail has to be the um, one to get at this movie. I know you know everything that we've been told. Neve Campbell isn't coming back for this one. Hopefully, I'm hoping that she's back in 7. I think to end her story, she has to come back, and at least finish out the story. If she doesn't, I think Scream 5 is a good write off for her. But with them bringing Gail back, I think she needs her own end, and I don't think they should kill her off because that kind of makes the rest of the movies pointless. But she should get her definite end in 7, to where we can move on from the character of Cindy, even though she's one of the most badass final girls ever. But we definitely need to move on from her so we can continue with the Scream franchise. And they don't necessarily need to reboot it, even though I do feel like eventually they will. I feel like that first movie was so perfect they don't need to, but Hollywood reboots everything, so that's something that'll probably happen in the future. But yeah, I think Gail needs to be one of the um, big deaths in this movie. Um, I love um, the the fact that they're going to let Sam and Tara kind of lead this movie. I think those are two really good characters to follow the story in. So I don't necessarily think this one needs Sydney. But since Gail's in it, I feel like she needs to. This needs to be the one where she gets kind of taken out, especially since Dewey's gone. Um, I think that makes it a lot easier to kind of get her character out of the way. Um, and that gives you an opening to bring Sydney back for Scream 7, because if Gail's dead and say one of these Ghostfaces get away, she has a reason to go out and get the guy. And I hope in Scream 7, like I said, I hope they reveal that it's Stu. Um, and however they want to do that, they get paid to figure that stuff out. But I feel like that's the best way to continue the franchise, and just have it come down to Cindy and Stu, kind of where it all started. Um, Also, next thing I would like to see is, I kind of mentioned it previously, but I'd like to see a Ghostface finally win, to where maybe there's multiple, and maybe they get two out of three, or 2 out of 4, however many there is, um, 3 out of 4, whatever it is, and just make it to where one Ghostface survives. And obviously, in Scream 7, we will reveal that that's Stu. He's kind of the mastermind behind the last movie, the last two, um, and he kind of takes the lead from there. And that's what brings Sydney kind of out. Um, so I'd like to see a Ghostface movie or a Scream movie where Ghostface wins. I think that'd be different for the franchise, and I think that would make Scream 7, the marketing already for that would be crazy, because you literally in the trailer you can be like, I told you you haven't seen a Ghostface like me, um, because I beat it. I didn't just die at the end of this sequel. I made it. So I think that's definitely something that needs to happen. Um, Final thing I'd like to see in the next Scream movie is um, make it to where, because we know in the previous Screams, the main character, which has been Cindy, is, to me, she's just never felt like she's in danger. And I know in the new movie they're kind of pushing Tara and Sam as the lead characters. So if you can put them in danger to where one of them even gets close to that, like, maybe you don't know if one of them, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter which character it is, just make it to where one of them, maybe you're not sure if they survive in the seven. Maybe they get stabbed and they don't look like they're alive, but you don't confirm it in Scream 6. Maybe in Scream 7, obviously showed that they're okay. They're kind of in the hospital recuperating. But I think you need to have it to where the main characters actually feel like they're in danger, and with them marketing that, this is no one's, there's never been a ghost face like me. I think that from the trailer, you can already tell that he looks more menacing. He's just got more attitude kind of to him. Like he seems like he knows what he's doing. Um, like I said, I know it has been leaked. I'm not sure who the killers are. I don't want to know. I don't want it spoiled for me. I want to go watch it for myself and see. If they follow the same steps that they did in Scream 5, I'm sure it'll be a really good sequel. But yeah, I'd like to see that the main characters are in some sort of danger. And I think if you can make one of the characters seem like they might not survive in this movie, I think that's a really good way to take it. Um, and it leaves you with a cliffhanger, which will make people even more excited for 7. Um, and like I said, it just make it seem like this Ghostface really is different. Like he's not here to mess with them. Like he wants to be the Ghostface that survives. He wants to be the Ghostface. Like when you most of the time it's a kid, or it's somebody with a family tie-ins or something like that. I think if you take it back to the original, you bring Stu back, you have him how he's kind of been masterminding the whole thing, sending multiple people. He knows that the kids that he's using, they're not going to get the job done. So he knows when he really wants to send a message, say Gale in this movie, he gets it done. And the ones that don't survive, the ghost faces that don't survive, at the end of the movie, he can be like, I knew those guys weren't going to work out, but the message that I sent definitely worked out. That's why I'm different. And I feel like if they go into this movie with that kind of mindset, to where you really don't, this Ghostface isn't messing around. He's not leaving anybody to live. He's wanting Cindy back. Make the whole story driven to where, obviously Cindy's got a family now, and she's like, I've already been through Ghostface. I don't need to come back and solve this one. Somebody else can do it. But whenever the Ghostface takes out Gale, that's a reason to bring her back. And that's just a little bit of the things I'd want to see. Let me know in the comments if there's something else that you'd like to see, or if you think my opinion's good. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing. Most of the contents on here is going to be probably horror related and any kind of popular movie that's coming out. If there's anything else you guys would like to see, let me know, and I'll make sure to record that video. Thank you guys for tuning in.